You'll never guess. After 24 hours, 2 flights, a boat ride away, we finally made it to Seychelles. And more precisely, we're starting this trip at the island of Praslin.
A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty.
Let's be real. I'm just going to skip the fact that we overslept the first day and night because we were so jet lagged and jump straight to the good part, which was the first amazing beach we found. That also happened to be the best find on the island. Aside from this spoiled old coconut that we bargained for a poor deal of 50 rupees. And how can I call a scam a good part of the trip? Well, let me tell you, it's quite easy. After we got our first coconut of the trip, naturally we were parading it up and down the beach to get all those mandatory candid shots tourists want, you know. When we eventually caught the eye of a local group sipping drinks at their own stool, they were wondering where we got the coconut from, because to put it mildly, it was a disgrace of a fruit, they said. We were a bit insulted, and as a lady of the world, I instantly thought they're just trying to sell us their own fruits and drinks. We're not falling for this one. But boy, was I wrong. This is how we got acquainted with Coco de Fruit Cabana Bar and its charming owner that made us the best cocktails of the trip. Brother set us up with some Seychelles barbecue, and thus we were never seen again. Just kidding. We had the best time, but we did have to bargain the fish for the barbecue on our own, which is a challenge in Seychelles because everything is so expensive. Well, after waking up quite early in the morning, we ventured around the island on a quest to find the fishermen selling their own catch. When we eventually found the couple, we ended up calling brother to ask him to bargain the deal for us over the phone while we smiled politely, and things went down well.
We need to memorize the fish walking.
This is the moment we will forever remember, because this is the moment that we are going on a barbecue with an unknown person from Seychelles.
You wanna try? Don't worry, and also there is the belly. Yeah, so you can feel the belly. You can feel the belly. Now that's a nice food. Sheesh, brother.
Everything or?
Hey, boy. Yeah, Paris. So now we're seeing the best barbecue. Not the best, but a little bit good, but you can enjoy it. It's made by me, Ashley, and that is my friend here, and the rest of them here.
After the four-man massaged their fish with chili sauce inside out, it was finally time to take the fish to the beach where our barbecue was already waiting for us. As Ashley worked his magic around the barbecue, we enjoyed the sunset dipping down into the sea. Needless to say that this fish was by far the best dinner we had on the entire island on our 3 weeks vacation. However, there was another delicious place I absolutely have to mention, because there aren't many good food places on Seychelles, unfortunately. And this was dinner at one of the places we stayed at. They have an amazing cook preparing you a 2-course meal for 25 euros per person, where we had delicious pumpkin soup, chicken skewers, 2 types of fish, Seychelles style. It was absolutely delicious. And you're served and spoiled right on your very terrace where you're staying at. Needless to say, we barely made it to bed after finishing this meal and slept like babies. Well, all until somebody or something started knocking up our window in the middle of the night. We tiptoed to the window to figure out what's going on. It was only to find that a hungry female crab was on a quest to find some food at our place. And boy, was she persistent. Good morning from our third day at Seychelles. We're still exploring the island of Praslin, and today's agenda is to see one of the two beaches that are supposedly the most beautiful ones on the entire island. They are both located on the north of the island, but one is set on the eastern side and one on the western side. We've already seen one on the western side, the Anse, and today's agenda is to explore Anse Georgette. I have to tell you that the road does not connect the two, despite of them being quite close by geographical elements. You have to make a circle around the island, passing the south of it to reach the other one. We have made all the necessary pre-arrangements we were told that are needed to reach this beach, meaning we talked to the personnel at our accommodation who were kind enough to call the entry place to this beach and made notice that we would be coming today. You have to make the reservation a day prior to your arrival, at least, we were told. And we have done everything, and now it is time to explore the beautiful beach. After parking our car beside the road, we filled out some necessary papers at the entrance, and to our great surprise, we soon got a lift from our landlord from Vale de Mai, who is coincidentally head of construction work at the golf course bordering Anse Georgette. As you can see, this one is not the easiest of beaches to reach on foot, since normally that's the only way you get there. The beach itself is a scenic little bay with palm trees hanging over white sand, rocky formations on the edge of the bay. You can see it as well. And it's an incredible scenic spot that it will account for many, many memorable moments of leisure, equally impressive in pictures. On our way back through the golf course, we stumbled across a shy animal and enjoyed the tropical vegetation. Until we got picked up by trolley. I mean, how much more luck can we actually have in life? Yesterday we explored the tropical forest on the island, and to give you a bit of an insight what you can be up for on the island of Praslin regarding the tropical forest situation, I mean regarding you exploring the forest, the nature, you basically have two options. The first place, Vale de Mai, is located centrally. It does not have a lot of view over the island. It is an organized tour that will cost you about 25 euros per entry per person, and I believe that price also includes a guide. The other place is located on the south of the island, and it's called Ferdinand. This place is known for having a beautiful view overlooking the entire range of neighboring islands of Praslin. These are the islands of Seychelles, and we have decided to visit this particular forest. After purchasing the tickets and bargaining a guide who is necessary to enter this forest, we started a trail up the small hill, up all the way to the beautiful view. We went through humid winter greenery and made several stops along the way to get acquainted with centipedes, termites, and as well as the endemic coco de mer that matures over 25 years and is the star of the show in this land.
Occhi protetti, Ma lo lubię?
You smell it?
Ooh!
What is it? Cinnamon. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Oh wow! That's the tree.
The cinnamon tree, yeah? All you can see here. Oh, this is beautiful.
This one is known to be a little bit more affordable than Vale de Mai. Your entry fee will be 150 rupees per person, and if you come at the right hours, which is at 9:30 in the morning and 11 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon, you can get a tour included in this price. These groups are about 30 people. while if you come outside of these hours, you'll require a personal or a private guide to even enter this tropical paradise. And to our disadvantage, or to our advantage in the end, we have come outside of these scheduled hours and were required to get a tour guide. And that proved out to be one of the best decisions we've made. Our guide took us up the trail of Fon Ferdinand, showed us the vegetation, gave some background information, and he had some jokes ready up his sleeve to keep up the spirits while we were conquering the hill. Nevertheless, it was a great success because we were amazed by everything we saw around us. These tour guides range between 500 and 1,000 rupees per tour. And we were lucky enough to find a guide that would take us around the forest for 500 rupees. It was a 61-year-old tour guide that lives, breathes, and is completely enthusiastic about the nature. He showed us all the trees, the differences between male, female coco de mer, because coco de mer is the endemic type of coconut here on the island, and everyone comes here to see those. He also told us that if we have any wishes to stay at Seychelles rent-free, we just have to steal one of these coco de mers and we'll get 5 years of prison. Remember that amazing terrace where we had dinner one night? Well, that was Villa Aya, my absolute favorite accommodation we booked throughout the entire trip. For 3 people staying 4 nights, we paid 540 euros, booked through a booking app, and for this budget we got 2 bedrooms, a decent sized bathroom, a small kitchen, and a terrace bordering a small river, and beautiful setting inside a garden and a tiny closed community. My favorite part was the papaya on our right and the kind, genuinely kind host. The ride we got in Anse Georgette, that was beyond our expectations. I mean, nobody expects such kindness without an extra charge. I mean, at least this is my experience from different trips around the world. The other accommodation we booked on the same island was on the opposite side of it, but for us, or for me personally, it wasn't really worth the investment. The rooms were clean, no doubt about it, and spacious. We got a warm, a bit unusual welcome, but there was a situation with car parking. We had to move them night and day between 2 different parking lots, each on one side of the building. The actual biggest problem was the location, as this place was set just above a bakery that started operating every morning 6 a.m. punctually with full horsepower, shaking the pee out of our bedrooms. If I look back at all the memories, experiences we brought home from Praslin, this is one of the islands I would definitely recommend any of my friends to go visit. This was the place where we met the nicest Seychellois people, where we got to know the nature at its most pristine form and shape. It was an island big enough to have something new to explore almost every day out of the 5 days we stayed there, and at the same time small enough to have one fruit salesman on the island that you can priorly ask if he's gonna have your papaya tomorrow or not. Now, after 5 days of exploring around the island and familiarizing with Seychelles, it's finally time to board Cat Cocos again and venture towards our next adventure, still here in Seychelles. So I'll give you a sneak peek where we're going next. Until then, subscribe and jump on board to explore more Seychelles. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you soon. Bye!